Thank you for BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you can just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to a therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. With BetterHelp, you can get to the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom-picked for you. Any scheduling flexibility and at a more affordable price. Just get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/nerdlocker. The link is going to be right down below in the description.
Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your entertainment podcast for everything movies, television, video games, and more. My name is Adam.
And I'm Oliver.
And this is our second time doing this.
Oh my god, I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, you're right. This is our second time.
Yeah, it is. I did fuck up. All right, guys, so we are talking about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and for this one, we have an off-screen producer. My wife, Chloe. She's in the background. She's going to be the peanut gallery and just...
What does peanut gallery mean?
The people in the back that just...
Is that really what that is?
Yes.
Why is it a peanut? Like, I'm not looking at peanuts.
I know that. It's from Peanut, like, Circus.
Oh!
I'd like to think I'm a
Cashew.
cashew.
Typical cashew. What a cashew thing to fucking say.
So we're talking about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I saw it last night.
I saw it today.
You saw it today. And...
Rating, go.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
9.9.
Why?
Because I need more.
Did you stay for a post-credit scene, or did I tell you there wasn't one?
You didn't tell me there was one. I looked it up.
Okay.
I stayed until there's a credit scene where it's like really well animated, and it said Beyond the Spider-Verse is next, like Miles Morales will return, and then I left after that.
Gotcha.
I don't think there was anything else after that.
No, there was not.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think so.
First, I mean, they didn't have to. There's no...
No, I kind of like the emotional set that they have, because I feel like having a post-credit scene makes it seem like it pulls away from that.
Mm-hmm.
And so having we're at the end of the movie right now, so like having the whatever like setting that they have, whatever they wanted to like set with the audience was like there. I didn't want to get pulled away from that and having like, oh, there's also this kind of thing.
True.
And it kind of pulls away from also being like Marvel generic and stuff. So I actually appreciated it.
I do like that. I also feel when it came to the end of it, I don't know if you felt this or if you felt this, but like there was a point where it kept seeming like it was about to end and then it didn't. Like there was like it was like going. You're like, okay, this is about like this is it, this is done, and then it just kept going. Like when he went to his home world, like I thought at one point it was just gonna cut there, but they just kept going. Even when he got knocked out by his Prowler self.
Crazy, by the way.
Also, the way that he punched him in the punching bag, like Uncle Aaron, just like
I thought he punched him in his face.
I thought so too. I thought it was just like all the art styles. Like, oh, they don't bleed.
What the fuck?
They don't bleed. They just have ink.
Dude, that was so cool. Yo, Uncle Aaron, what a dick in that world.
Speaking of Uncle Aaron, Donald Glover.
Dude,
about the entire
that was
thing.
such a good cameo. I loved all of that, and then along with Andrew and
it felt like Who
Toby.
Framed Roger Rabbit. Wow. Yes.
What was his first name?
Roger.
Oh, okay. Just making sure you knew.
Fuck you. So yeah, no, you do get Maguire and Garfield, but through stock footage.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
they can pull that. But I think it was like a fun little like audition to it.
Yeah.
Addition.
Ha. Fuck you.
Damn it. 10 seconds in. You're not allowed to laugh.
So I loved that, and let's just get right into Prowler MCU Donald Glover.
Okay.
So my theory for a writing standpoint is you had the snap. You can easily just say Aaron and Miles didn't get snapped. They're 5 years older. You have a 16, 15-year-old Miles, because obviously probably was a lot younger when we first saw in Homecoming. And during those 5 years, Aaron must have become the Prowler. But the thing is we know who caught him and brought him there was Spider-Punk.
Right. Who's awesome, by the way.
Yeah. And he was like, I slipped. So it's like, did Spider-Punk come into the MCU? And do we have like a live action version of him, or does he come in animated? That's the thing. One thing I want to know is it like not, was it Looney Tunes or Space Jam, where it's like they go from one.
Yeah.
What's the one where like they go from animation to live action, or back to like
it's
an
Looney
animated
Tunes,
version
and then,
of themselves?
it's Space Jam and Looney Tunes back in action.
Okay, yeah.
With Brendan Fraser.
So I wonder if that's gonna happen. Where like if Miles comes out, does he turn live action, or is he
Does
gonna
he
come out
stay
and be
cartoon?
animate? Yeah,
I
like
don't
how it is
know.
right now with.
I feel like right now it's kind of jarring. Like, was it okay to see like Donald Glover and, you know, I mean, I feel like nowadays we know
that kind
he's
of
talking to
confirms
no
that
one.
you keep your look, because
Right.
that also shows that with when Miles goes to Moonbatten, he like his color scheme.
Patton was dope.
Yeah,
Such a cool Spider-Man. Oh
Also-
my god.
chai tea. Like
It's DT. It doesn't make sense.
you don't say coffee with some cream. Like. So
Oh my God.
that was great, which is voiced by the guy that plays
The taxi driver in Deadpool.
in Deadpool. Yeah, so
I
that
don't
was,
know his name, but
Uh,
props to him.
I
He
mean,
did a
the
good job.
character's name I think was like Mohinder, but I don't know what the actor's name is.
Mohinder's also in Heroes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Not the same actor, but can you look it up?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know his name, but he did a fucking fantastic job. He was so hilarious.
Just the way he was like, I get up and I don't have to work out because
There's
I'm
no
naturally
product in
buff.
that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, genetics.
I don't want to butcher this, but Karan Sony, Karan.
Yeah, Karan.
Karan, yeah.
Yeah.
Karan
Yeah.
Sodi. Okay.
So
Shout out to him, dude. He did a great job. And he's great in Deadpool, too.
yeah,
I would not be surprised if he's in Deadpool 3.
I don't see why not.
And kidnap somebody else in his fucking trunk of his car. But no, the movie was great. He did great. Spider-Punk, I know you were a fan of. Spider-Punk was amazing.
Spider-Punk was super cool.
Carried hard. You gotta use
And-
your palms, dude.
Yeah, use your that, and then also stealing the different things throughout the Alchemex to make
To
or not
make it a-
Alchemex, but the spider
So that's funny,
hub.
because like since you pointed that out, I remember he's like right after Miles like broke out of the prison, he says he quits and he goes into a portal and throws his bracelet.
Yeah.
And I was like confused, like how is he getting to Gwen? But he just ended up making his own.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. What?
So yeah, there's so much going on in this movie, and I think you have to watch this movie more than once because I feel like the first time you're
agree.
always caught in the animation.
I agree. Yeah,
And how
there's a lot going on.
Great it looks, and you're just too busy like taking in all the scenery, and you're not really thinking about
Oh, yeah. Right.
I mean, you're seeing the plot, but like I would like to watch it again and focus on Spot. Like I would
Spot
like to
was
see.
interesting. Spot was funny.
Yes.
Genki. I think I would love Genki to be a bigger role. I think he will be in the next one.
Yeah.
He's also playing Spider-Man. He's playing the Spider-Man game when Miles is leaving the room.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He is playing Spider-Man.
I'm not your man in the chair,
Yeah.
Which-
but he's playing Spider-Man.
which is funny because that character in the comics is what inspired the look for Ned Leeds in Homecoming and everything else.
In Homecoming?
Yeah.
Okay.
So kind of.
Genki is pretty good. I like Genki.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna do more with that.
I've been playing a lot of the video game Miles Morales
Uh-huh.
as of like yesterday. And like wait, was it yesterday? 2 days ago? What day is it?
Sunday.
Yesterday.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, Genki's in the game,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Who the fuck?" But I didn't realize that it was the person that he ran into in his dorm. I was like, "Oh, hey, that's that person." But no, it was really fun to notice that. Favorite part of the movie? What do you got?
I think it's still gonna be Donald Glover. But if I had to
Don
pick,
Glover?
if I had to
That
pick
one
a
cameo was your favorite?
Yes, overall that's my favorite because I didn't expect it. That was the thing that shocked me the most. So I
Yeah.
have to put that as my favorite. But if I have to go by a moment plot of the movie, I would probably say the train scene. Like even though
Ooh, the train
it's
scene's
shown
good.
so often in trailers, like anyone that hasn't seen the movie, regardless of what you see in trailers, the actual sequence and scene, because obviously the audio in a trailer is edited and cut in different
Mm-hmm.
ways. So like to actually hear what is going on, how it's working, and getting that backstory of Miles and why that means so much to him and why that's like a turning point for his character, is super well done. Like super well done. And Mayday,
Mayday is amazing,
the baby,
hilarious.
so in the comics,
Just
Mayday
pointing.
grows up to be Spider-Girl,
Right.
and has like a similar looking suit to what the Scarlet Spider wears at one point. So he has a different couple of suits. Eventually, Scarlet Spider, which is another one that we didn't talk about, Andy Samberg. Perfect pose. That must have been so much fun for him to play.
I know.
And if they're gonna do like a live action transfer, I need Andy Samberg to just in live action.
Andy Samberg. Can we look up the actor for the actual Spider-Man with the baby? I forget his name. His Nick from
Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson. Thank you. Yeah. I'm so glad he came back. Oh my goodness. Fuck.
It's
dude.
so weird though, because now I think when I watched the original, I was like, okay, this is their version of Peter. This is their version of that. And then maybe it's just from announcing this voice, and all that stuff. Now when I watch it, I'm still in the movie, but I am seeing them as the people that are playing them.
I know.
So,
I noticed that too. Yeah.
I'm looking at Peter B. Parker, but I'm like, okay, if Jake Johnson played Spider-Man, this is the Peter Parker he would be. And if Daniel Kaluuya was Spider-Punk, this is what he would be. Like, I'm looking at it as the actors playing it, which honestly doesn't change it for me. Like, that's Andy Samberg is Scarlet Spider now.
Yeah.
That's as far as I know until I see live action. That's how it's always going to be for me.
Yeah.
So if I read a comic, I'm going to picture Andy Samberg.
Andy
so
Samberg.
That's the big difference of it, because everyone that reads comics, myself included, I have a lot of the Spider-Verse comics, and I had more. And I remember when it first was introduced, and I think that that's where Beyond the Spider-Verse is going, is Morlun, which is this vampire kind of character that eats and feeds on spider totems. And I think that has something to do with the canon events and stuff. And I think that's going to be their big bad over Spot. I don't think Spot's going to be as... This was a 2.5-hour movie. More than likely, the next one's going to be longer. With that in mind, I don't think you can have Spot be dragged out that long. There's got to be another big bad.
There's gonna be. I
involved.
honestly, it might be Oscar Isaac. Also, did a great job.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think so. Spider-Man 2099 never really
Goes full baddie.
doesn't go full baddie.
Are we going Venom route?
No. Speaking of Venom, we do get that. We talked about it before. It was in the trailers.
It
You
was,
got to
yeah.
See him coming to Earth 688, which I'm going to call this now. Not saying it's going to happen, but if it does, this will confirm it. We don't know what Earth Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's from.
Right.
I swear to God, if it ends up being Earth 688, that means it's true that that's the Spider-Man of that universe.
Hey, you're not really super freaked out, but can I have this gum?
Yeah. Venom. So they are trying their best to incorporate everything. Lego. Verse, which J.K. Simmons is the only Nexus being that I care for at this point.
J.K. Simmons, he's riding.
Same one throughout all of it.
Riding.
And that's the thing. When I was talking about the Beyonder in one of our other previous episodes, the Beyonder is a little bit above Celestials and has been referenced as like a version of Kang before, also its own character. So I'm thinking if they do Beyond the Spider-Verse and they go the route where they
you think they'll
have Kang
clash
out after
with the
Kang
live
Dynasty,
action stuff?
I think Secret Wars is going to be the first time we see Miles Morales. Like this version of him in there. I think that the end of Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be kind of like how the end of No Way Home was, where even though things got resolved, there were holes.
Okay.
Same with Doctor Strange. Things got resolved, but there was still something wrong. They don't really do that with their post-credit scenes like they have with those movies, because normally a post-credit scene is like a little tease,
right?
But doesn't necessarily like it loosely. Like when Thanos showed up, okay, you had Infinity Stones, that goes to Thanos. You see him turn his head in the first Avengers, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, great, blah blah blah."
Right.
But when it came to like Doctor Strange, it was like, "Oh, we just fixed this. You just fought someone that had a third eye of yourself. You're walking down a street, and now you have the third eye." So it's like immediate. This is the same story, and it hasn't resolved. So that's a cliffhanger.
Right.
No Way Home was a cliffhanger because even though like, yeah, Peter's like going off and doing his own thing, there was still the rips in the multiverse and what the consequences are of that. And the fact that everyone forgot who he was, that's changing reality still. Like, I don't think...
And they even mentioned it, too.
That's
They
why
mentioned
Miguel
Doctor
was so
Strange as
pissed
well.
off about it, because it's like what they did was they didn't fix everything to go back to the way it was.
They just changed it.
They changed it, which fucked everything else up.
Right.
Like, every universe was probably supposed to have
That's
some
what
people
Oscar
that
Isaac
knew.
said. Or wait, was
who
it
Peter
Oscar Isaac character? Was it 2099? Someone said, like, yeah, or no, it might have been Gwen. He was like, yeah, Doctor Strange and this other Spider-Man fucking fucked shit up, so we're trying to fix it.
Yeah, Miguel
basically.
said that to Gwen.
Yeah,
but
that's what it was.
regardless, it's just like, but why did they mess it up? And it's because it seems like it was resolved, but I think it wasn't because of the fact that no one knows who Peter Parker is, and I don't think that's
Right.
supposed to be a reality. Like, that's not supposed to happen. Someone's got to know who Peter Parker is.
But so in that reality, does everyone know who Spider-Man is?
They know this is Spider-Man. No one knows that Spider-Man's Peter Parker. Like,
Okay.
the Avengers don't know. That means that they remember all the fights, but he never took off his mask in front of them.
I see. So they're okay.
So they just remember it incorrectly.
So does that mean he just has his own apartment randomly somewhere in New York?
I have a very funny feeling, just like we were talking about with Scarlet Spider and Ben Reilly and clones, I have a very funny feeling that he's changing his name to Ben Reilly in this next Spider-Man movie.
Really?
Like, whatever he did because he has to get a new social,
Yeah.
new everything, GED, because he can't go to college.
Can't go to
Like,
college.
he doesn't have a transcript. So I think he's, instead of saying
And
the name
wait,
Peter Parker.
Why Ben Reilly?
Because in the comics, when Scarlet Spider, Andy Samberg, when he first like woke up after being taken and cloned, didn't remember a lot of stuff, but remembered his Uncle Ben.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't remember, like, he couldn't remember his own identity, like a version of No Way Home. And he takes on the name Ben, and I think Riley was on some kind of thing inside of the bathroom, like on some tube of toothpaste or something like that. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, Ben Reilly, and then went on with that name. So I think
Gotcha.
that's what's going to happen with Peter is he's going to probably take his uncle's name
Jeez, he's like Ben Kenobi.
and just do that for a while, because I don't think he can say Peter Parker, or maybe he doesn't want to use it, or blah, blah, because there's no Peter Parker that exists. He can just start over again and do something different.
Mm-hmm.
So it might just be Ben Reilly temporarily. Who knows what Tom Holland's going to do, because like he's been growing his hair out longer, but it's because they haven't started anything. And he said, hey, Amy Pascal said it, he said it, it's on hold because of the writer's strike. But
Right,
we
yeah,
were
I saw
about to
that.
start it. And he could always cut his hair, dye it blonde, just like it was in the comics, or he can grow his hair out longer, like it was, because also Zendaya now has red hair,
Interesting.
which Mary Jane had. So, like, I feel like they were about to start filming or do promo shoots or something like that, and
Okay.
then writer's strike,
Huh. Okay.
which I would, if he grew his hair out, like right now, he looks a lot older, so that would explain, like, a little bit of a time jump, because it's probably been a couple of years since everything's happened. It just
Do we have a
depends
date
on how.
for like when the next Spider-Man's gonna come out? No.
But I think it was sometime. We have a year, 2025.
Jesus. What are we at there?
We're at 17 minutes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So,
All
I
right. So you
guess-
say your favorite part. Mine was
Yeah.
probably the train scene was good. The intro with Gwen.
mhm.
Did not expect any of that. I don't know what it is, but stopping helicopters from falling sells me. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but
Banksy.
it's
It's
what?
It's a Banksy.
It's what?
It's a Banksy.
Oh, I thought she said spicy.
You gotta get your hearing checked, bud. I think you're getting old.
But no, it was a really well done made scene, and they did the same thing in Spider-Man 1, the game.
And what?
Where you have Spider-Man 1,
I thought you said Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man 1.
the game, and you had to stop a helicopter. That's what they did in the first PlayStation Showcase. So like that was great. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
Gwen, you are awesome. And then they show the title card. I was like, fuck, this is gonna be great.
And I like how they showed more, because they kind of like alluded to it in the first one, but the whole Peter Parker turning into a lizard and all that.
That
going
was
down.
cool too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really, I don't know. A lot of it was humbling, because it just, I feel like it hasn't been that long since Spider-Gwen was introduced.
Mhm.
So for how quickly she's gotten, like, not only just popular, but just pushed so much. And I think the one thing I will say that I didn't like,
Oh, here we go. You said 10 out of 10.
I did say 10 out of 10, but this is a nitpicky thing, so I don't
Let's
count
see.
it.
Right. What is it?
I would say it was sometimes hard to hear the dialogue for some
I
characters.
would say so too. It was
Like
a little bit like quick.
I don't know if it was because of ADR. Maybe they just
Oh,
came in
maybe.
and re-recorded and just didn't match up correctly. with how it
Sometimes
was.
also when they had the little comic strip and it was like a meeting of something that
Uh-huh.
they said or
it was
something
too
going
quick.
on. It was too quick. Yeah. Because I'm looking at this beautiful scene and then I have to go back and read and it's like gone by the time I could say
Yeah.
the. And so I was like, and I couldn't
Yeah.
like comprehend like what was that thing. Like sometimes even with Spider-Punk, he would said certain jargon and they would define it for us.
Yeah.
But I couldn't read it fast enough
Yeah.
to base off of like what I was seeing.
It's definitely a movie that when it comes to streaming is going to get paused a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it also adds to like the replayability. Like, it's gonna make you watch it again with somebody else or whatever.
Oh yeah, the amount of streams that this is gonna do, like when it comes out, all the references.
What is the first one on Netflix or anything?
No, actually, it's the
nowhere,
only
right?
only place to watch is on Hulu if you have a Showtime subscription or Stars subscription.
Stars has it right now.
Yeah,
Stars has got their fucking grips. So.
yeah. I guess that, and also I loved the Italian Italian Vulture. I thought Michael Keaton mine went to Joker. Yeah, Italian Vulture. Do I look funny? Do I amuse you?
Do I amuse you?
No, but the Italian Vulture and just like
it was pretty good actually.
You
I was
drinking
like,
espresso and got sucked in. Yeah, that's exactly what
I
happened.
thought it was so weird. I was like, why is he drawn differently? And then
the
Gwen points it
Michelangelo
out,
look, yeah.
and I was like, oh, he's from a different world.
I can also pick out another great part. Do you remember when it was like the 1960s Spider-Man coming to stop Miles?
And then he
and
pauses.
it's 2D, and he just goes right past him because he's
like,
just
I
paper
pulled a
thin.
muscle.
Yeah. Also, Metro Boomin was the voice of the one. He's the one that
Metro
produced Metro Boomin. He's the artist that did the whole soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
He was the voice of the Spider-Man at the end of it when he was about to jump out the building, and he was like, "Don't worry, guys, he's got nowhere to go." And
Oh,
he like
yeah.
jumps, and he's like, "Never mind,
Never mind. He's got somewhere to go.
Dude, all the Spider-Man.
So many Spider-Men.
Oh
and
man.
Spider people.
Spider
Oh, my
people.
fuck, dude.
There was just so many references. Bombastic Bomb Man. You had Spider Cat. You
They
had
brought back Penny
T-Rex
from the first
yeah,
one.
Penny, and Jessica Drew with being pregnant. Hopefully, we'll probably see who her husband is. That seemed like it was set
that
for
was
a reason.
weird. I don't know why that was.
I think they're gonna reveal it. Honestly, I wouldn't be. I'll
Go, I'm
make a
ready.
prediction. Uncle Aaron. He's everywhere else. Could be Uncle Aaron.
It could be.
That could be Miles.
No, it can't be Miles.
It could be.
No,
Why can't it? We don't know about the Miles on her universe.
because it's Uncle Aaron and another woman.
No. I'm saying instead of that, like she could be pregnant with Miles. Her husband could be his dad.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like she just think. The only reason I say that is because think about how connected she seemed to all this. Like she's also
She
on
did
like the
follow,
hunt for
like-
him, but she keeps like they stay on her face and she has a look of like she seems like she's torn. So it's like, and that was another thing. I find it very fucking hard to believe that none of the other Spider people were against Miguel. For Peter Parker to be such a good
everyone's
person,
fucking stupid, like all 100
no,
of
that's the
them.
thing. They're super smart and they're Peter Parkers. Like they should have a heart. So there's not one other person that was
Well,
like,
that's the
"Hey,
thing.
Miguel,
I think-
maybe let the fucking kid do what he wants to do."
I think that's the thing, though. I think it's like because Miles. Huh?
But there are. That's what it shows at the end.
At the end, but like during that entire time, it's just like this kid wants to not let his dad die, and you get no sympathy from any of them. But the thing is
maybe it's because Miles is the anomaly. Like he's the only one that actually accepts. Like, wait, there's a possibility that we could save this. Whereas all the other Peter Parkers already accepted. Like, oh, okay, we
that
have to lose something
or
to be Peter Parker.
are we even sure that they know what's going on? Because all he said was, "Get Miles Morales." He didn't really say.
They could be really clueless.
Yeah,
that's true too.
Either that, or they don't. Maybe he's like, "Oh, it's a canon event. He's gonna stop it," and they're not entirely sure the canon event is, or they're not aware that he already lost his uncle.
Could be.
Like,
I love the.
Are we sure that's his canon event?
The part where get Spider-Man. He's coming out of Section 4. What?
Yeah.
And then someone walks out of Section 4, and it's
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
Doc Ock Spider. What? Do I have web on my face?
So that is another Spider-Man variant that works in tandem with Miguel in the future in 2099.
Really? And
Yeah.
he turns around, and he's just like,
Yeah, he's just right there.
Yeah.
And there's also, oh man, I just forgot. Fuck it. I can't
But
remember it.
because he does that, instead of turning like Invis
Yeah.
and just disappearing, he had that plan from the very beginning
Mm-hmm.
to lure all of the Spider-Men out of there.
Yeah.
And that's why, what is Jake Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter B. Parker?
Yeah, the Peter. Yeah. And he was like, dude, do you even have a plan, kid? And he's like, I'm working on it. But he always had that plan from like the very fucking beginning, which I think was good.
They underestimate Miles. Even right
They
now,
did.
while he's chained up to the punching bag, you can
Dude,
see he's
they
using
did.
his,
He sparked a chain.
He's like at low power right now, but like he's about to fucking burst out
He's
of
about,
that thing.
oh my God. It's
I
gonna be
wonder
such a good
if Uncle
fucking-
Aaron in that universe has any kind of powers, or if he's anyone.
He
Like,
doesn't
that's
have
the
any
thing.
powers in the last. He doesn't have powers. in
Not
general.
powers, but I wonder if he's like any kind of villain. Like he's like, I'm not the Prowler. Through to Miles.
I would say he definitely made Prowler and then made Miles into Prowler because Miles looked up to him in general.
Maybe he either took it on, or maybe this Uncle Aaron is a Kingpin variant.
Oh, I don't know.
Just
about
like
that.
how, because Kingpin killed him
Right.
in the first one, so like
I don't know about
maybe
that.
he's the Kingpin of this universe now that like there's no Spider-Man around.
I don't know. Maybe.
So,
I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we'll end up seeing, because also I feel like whatever they do with this other Miles, they're gonna be like, hey, you were supposed to be Spider-Man, you're supposed to get bit, and they might just be like, okay, what was this Miles supposed to be then? Was he
Right.
supposed to be a nobody, or was he supposed to be Prowler?
I
You
don't
know what I mean?
It's kind of oh, dude, the plot twist where Miles isn't supposed to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
By the way, is that like a thing?
No, that's brand new for this.
Holy fuck, dude, that was crazy.
That's not a thing. I
Oh
mean,
my
there was
God.
a Miles that was supposed to be it, but it just was the wrong one. But
yeah,
we'll end up seeing what happens with this and everything. And
yeah. So
I'm super-
Spider. Ow. I was gonna make a spot joke and have bread fall out of my stomach, but I missed the desk completely.
So one other thing I was just gonna say, we know that the next one comes out March 29th,
Yeah.
and we'll probably do another follow up on this in the next few months of what we predict when more stuff gets announced.
Right.
They'll probably they'll let this
Simmer
sit-
for a
I think
little
it's
bit.
already made $130 million
Jesus Christ.
in the first weekend, so it just broke records of the best animated movie again, and I think that's what the first one did. This
Yeah.
beat out the first one.
It did.
So we'll see what happens. I have so many theories, things that we could talk about with Prowler and Donald Glover and everything else MCU, but
Mhm.
we'll cut it for now. But other than that, where can they find you?
Did we do that last episode?
Do what?
Oh no, because you realize. Okay. You can find me at the Sphere 21 on any major social media platform except for TikTok. I'm Oliver Convier. Chloe, where can we find you?
Just plain Chloe. Also, it's 120 million, second highest.
Holy shit.
Second highest.
What's
Okay.
first?
It second highest this year, just behind Super Mario.
Gotcha.
Damn, Super Mario.
Yeah.
Carrying.
Gotcha.
Where can we find you?
You can find me at AMR Photography. You can find the studio at Archangel Studios Official, and you can find this podcast at Nerd Locker Podcast, wherever you get your
What?
podcast. What are you
I'm just
doing?
looking at the camera, seeing if I'm tall enough. You know, there's like a little.
You're like 5'2",
I'm not 5'2".
2.5.
Dude, all right. Okay, hold on. Quick story. How much time we have?
You got 3 minutes, and we just said bye.
Okay. So like, so I walked into my grandpa. You know what? We saved for off street. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
So I walked into my grandpa and my grandma was sucking my.
Okay.
What?